Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corner, comedic edition podcast time. Before I go ahead and bring these wonderful young ladies out, man, because I love this segment of all the interviews I do. I love sitting here being silly and whatnot. I need y'all to please make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Please share this episode with other people who may be feeling down, maybe feeling sad, whatever else it may be. Share it. But before I go ahead and bring my first, I'm going to bring my first guest to the stage. Let me say this. She once let a man spit in her butt on the first link. Okay. She was being adventurous and she ended up having a hemorrhoid later on. Mama Mo, I hope that you learn from that. And you're like, I am not letting no random man spit in my butt on the first link no more. And you're muted.
That's right. I'm a lady. I wait till the third link. Like my mama taught me.
I love it. Love it. The next person, I will say this. Wine is for the women who have their stuff together. This next woman only gets beer and cigarettes. Miss Sophia May, please get your life together so you can start getting some wine around here.
Make me.
Best answer ever.
That's funny. Thank you so much, Sophia. Thank you so much, Mama Mo, for coming on my podcast. Last time me and Mama Mo were on, we had another woman. So I guess it's just like the girls. Like every time Mama Mo shows up, it's just going to be a girls podcast. Fine with me.
So love it. Women's power.
Work your mojo, Mama Mo. Work your your mom mojo.
My mojo. Momo, where's your mojo?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hilarious. Let me start off, Mama, start off with you with the interesting news. This is a true story. This actually happened in 2008. So America's most prominent anti-kidnapping expert, his name is Felix Batista, flew to Saltillo, Mexico to give a security presentation where he taught business owners how to reduce their risk and avoid becoming targets for criminal groups. So after the talk was over, he stepped outside to make a call and he quickly got kidnapped and disappeared forever. Mama Mo, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that is a clear, do as I say, not as I do. I mean, that's just, I feel like they didn't even want to kidnap him. They were just like, this bitch. And, I mean, not to make light of him disappearing forever, but who knows? You don't know. Maybe he was like sick of his wife and kids. He was start a new life. He was like, listen, I know how to make this look good. I know how to make it look real. So who knows? He might be
stage his own kidnapping.
Norway or Sweden with a hot blonde, starting a new family. You don't know.
You know what? Now that you're saying that, it makes a lot of sense. He probably was in cahoots. Miss Sophia, what are your thoughts on that?
What a cuck. I mean, no, I think Mama Mo, she said a lot of clever things about that. But really, like, it's so what he deserved. Like, how are you gonna go around teaching people how to be safe and expect no one to come after you? You know, that's what you get for trying to make people safer. Period.
But yeah, right?
That's on him. Yeah.
They're like, challenge accepted, Felix.
Yeah, exactly. Also,
hold my beer, motherfucker.
That's what you get for going to South America. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's what you get. I don't know. That's, listen, I say, if he was that easy to kidnap, like, I don't know if he was giving anybody good advice. He didn't have to give if he was that easy to just joinks, off.
Pretty Scooby. Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Also, typically, when you're kidnapped, it's for ransom.
Yeah.
Nobody want him back. Maybe it's his behind it. It was like, you can have him, like take him off the streets of Saltillo. I don't want him, right? Like he disappeared forever. So nobody, like, not to make light of this, but even Savannah Guthrie's like mom, like they had a ransom note. They just kind of screwed up and killed the poor woman first. But that's kidnapping 101. You don't do that. But you know what I mean? Like, did nobody even want him? They didn't do a ransom. They weren't like, hey, if you want him back, and people were like, Felix who?
Who would want him? He's such a buzzkill.
He's a guy, right?
Nobody's paying that.
He's a buzzkill.
That is funny. Like and it was in broad daylight, right? And I know once it all happened, people were like, oh my, but everybody had to mind their business or else you're next, right? Like it's in certain like I say, in certain countries. Well, Sophie, let me ask you where you are. How is it when it comes to like, the kidnappings, the crime out there? Is it if somebody sees a person being abducted, does the whole squad jump out and beat up the kidnapper, the abductor, well, abductors, abductee? I know that's the wrong word.
Abduct.
Yes.
Like
okay. All right. We're still just messing around. I thought that you were really going to teach us something there. Listen, Kyndra, I've never seen anyone get kidnapped, so I don't know for sure. I've seen other shit. Like I saw a guy, I think he was having a psychotic episode at the playground. Just like, okay, that's what does it for some people.
I don't like kids. I could see it happening to me.
But it was an empty playground, so it was like after play hours. It was like 5. When it's the grown-ups' turn at the playground. Anyway, I don't know what was going on, but basically this woman was screaming her head off, "Polizei," which means police. And I was biking and I looked to see what was going on, and there was this guy, and he was just like he was spazzing out, and he'd like fall on the ground, and I think they were together, and he was having some kind of psychotic episode, and it was like really scary, and a bunch of people came running towards him, and I biked away.
I understand.
But hold on a second. There's 2 things I was thinking. One, it was I have the skeleton of a bird. Like I'm small. I'm a woman. I don't want to get involved with a man who's like flailing his body and being erratic. 2, I don't speak the language. 3, someone already called the cops. 4, I thought to myself, if when I'm biking, I see a cop around the corner, I'm going to tell them to get over there. And that's exactly what happened. There was a cop on the corner, and I explained it to him, and I don't think he understood what I was saying because of my broken German and his broken English. But then I think cops came, because when I came back 2 hours later, the man was gone.
Oh, you just wanted to bike back to see what was happening, or you just want or that was just part of your route?
I had a gig to get
the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you just say, Mama Mo?
She was returning to the scene of the crime.
I was gonna that's what I was thinking.
Later, yeah.
You also left out. You're from New York, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. You can't leave that out.
What does that have to do with this? In New York, I would step up.
You don't get involved. No, you don't.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Like, you might.
No, not necessarily. If there's a crazy person, you don't get involved. That's for sure. But if a crazy person, if it's like someone who needs help, what the New York I grew up in, which was post 9/11 New York, everyone's stepping in. I don't know what New York is like now, but
I feel like you would do the same thing, right? Like if it was, let's say, on the subway platform, and you're, it's a big dude, and you're like, you're not going to be like, let me help this guy. You're going to be like, let me go up the stairs and see if there's cops up there, and then I'll send them down the stairs. Like, it's because it's not TV. Like people think it's TV. I'm like, it's not TV. That person's gonna stab you and it's gonna hurt.
That's a great point, Denver. It sounds like Denver has taught you a lot about the street.
Do you want to hear a crazy story? It's not my story, but really quickly, a friend of mine was telling me her guy friend was at Target. He's in the parking lot and he sees a couple and they're arguing. And the guy is getting pretty aggressive. He's kind of putting hands on the lady and he goes over to, intervene. And we are a conceal and carry state. So you can have a gun. Mm-hmm. And he shoots the guy, not dead, just like, poo-poo, like, calm down. He gets sued by the guy. He gets sued by the woman who I think was his wife because she said that he couldn't make any money and that was her only source of income. So this dude spent his life savings through this lawsuit trying to defend himself, which he won because so it's not TV. Sorry.
I got my hands. I wanted to wait to the end. So here's my only question. I know you said this is not your story, but how did he know what his first and last name was to be able to sue him? Send like the summons paper. You've been summoned and all that. How did he know?
I think you can get a process server, right? Because obviously, like the cops come out when you shoot somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you shoot somebody, usually they'll show up, if it's a Target. Also ironic that you're at a Target, but it's bonkers. He thought he was doing the right thing by trying to intervene. The guy got aggressive with him. He was just defending himself. And I think he did win his court case, but again, he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars doing so.
Let me ask y'all this question before I just thought of a story. I just found this out the other day and I want to share this on the podcast. When have you either of you all, Sophia, I'll start with you first. Have you had to like at any point ever go and like take someone to court, like when it came with a lawsuit, or has somebody ever try to take you to court? I mean, if you're still in that 7-year window period, don't plead the fifth on it.
I mean, listen, I've never been taken to court. I was assaulted in the women's way.
Yeah.
And I went to the police. Oh, thank you very much. I figure most of us have been. Anyway, I went to the police and I did my whole statement, and actually it was really like a boss girl experience. In really, like, it was the most empowering thing I've ever done. Just, giving my testimony, and like the detective was also like the cops, when you accuse someone of doing that, the cops are trained to treat you like you might be lying, which can be very, very traumatic. But I was like, I came in guns fucking blazing. So I had, every time they tried to trip me up, I understood what they were doing, and I was able to answer their question without them throwing me off. And so it was really empowering. And then they went to, like, the next process is they go and alert the man that he has been formally accused, and then he has to go give his testimony. And if he says he didn't do it, then it's over.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that's how it works. Basically, if you don't have video evidence or like a witness of it happening, then they don't have sufficient evidence to prosecute. So, I mean, it was devastating, and I'm still pretty heartbroken about it, but
I'm heartbroken for you. Like, on a serious note, Sophia, I'm really sorry that happened to you. It's, I had a conversation with my mom the other day, and I told her, I said that, pretty much every job I've had at some point, either a manager has sexually harassed me, a customer has sexually harassed me. I once had a couple of kids sexually harass me. And it's like you go and you try to report this, and it takes months or even years for you to finally get some justice, or they do it like that so you can just call the thing off. And it's like there is no free, even for men. If men are like, hey, I got assaulted, in the same area. Oh, you didn't like that? No, like they don't take men serious. I'm like, what the? But I also understand you have had women, unfortunately, in the history, they've lied on men. They, because it used to be a time where, if let's say a woman had gotten to and I'm just correct me, you guys, please correct me if I'm saying the wrong thing, because I definitely want to make sure I'm not being ignorant or anything else like that. But there was a time where, let's say a man and woman got into a fight. If the woman started or she put her hands, the man was always going to jail. Forget the woman until it was one of those things where it's like, okay, we can't just keep taking the woman's side. We got to investigate into this, because they will really lie about this type of stuff to make it harder for people like us three who have had an issue in this arena,
I mean, Kyndra, that was, back in the day with between blacks and whites.
Yeah.
That was a really big thing of accusing black men of doing things, or when you didn't have sex outside of marriage or whatever, and you got caught or got pregnant. Oh, well, he, graped me.
Yeah.
As they say online, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate. And yeah, I'm sorry for your experience, Sophia. And
I wish I could give you a
you're
hug.
in good company, if that helps.
I'm still really good company at the end of the day.
We've been
Where's your arms? I'm trying to hug you right now, Sophia. It's too late. I don't want your hug no more.
Okay, sorry. I'll just hug myself then.
You gotta hug her with consent. Come on now.
It's crazy. Oh, come on. Don't treat me with don't handle me with kids' gloves now. I think I mean everything that you guys said is totally a part of the story, but I think ultimately men make the laws and men like to grape. And that's the bottom line, is that like women are, I mean, when I lived in the Middle East, I lived in Jordan and Palestine for a few years. Women get like assaulted there all the time, and like even just groped in the street. And Muslim women who are wearing the full hijab, and when they go to the police say, "Were you wearing your hijab?" And when they say yes, they're like, "Oh well, you shouldn't have been walking alone." And when they say my guy friend and another man grabbed my breast, they're just like, "Oh well, that's your fault." So I think I think that the issue
it's not sex. That's what needs to change. It's people want to say it's about sex, and it's not. It's a hatred and control of women, large scale. And that's why when you sit there and ask like what you were wearing, it doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Doesn't matter.
Sees you as less than a human being and sees you as property, or however they see you, right? I mean, I looked into like when Louis C.K. got in trouble, right? I was like really fascinated about why do men do that, right? Because they're not touching you, but there's something in their psychology about showing themselves to you, and then perhaps even like, handling themselves.
Yeah.
And even that psychologically is there's a level of hatred or disrespect of women. And that's why, like, for example, I hate it in comedy when women who talk openly about sex, sexuality, themselves, whatever, that we get labeled very quickly, oh, she's a dirty comic. And I'm like, well, first of all, you sexualize us every moment of our day.
True.
And we're not supposed to talk about it, and now you're uncomfortable because I'm saying out loud the things that are done to me and my sisters, and you don't like the discomfort you're feeling about the truth of who you are and who your guy friends are. And now you want to shut us up that way. So Yeah, it's just, I don't know that we'll ever solve the issue, but I like that, there is this idea of just believe her, because when you look at, you know, for every, I don't know how many women who are SA'd or raped, you have maybe one woman who, you know, says that happened when really that's not the situation. They've got something else going on.
Yeah.
So it's remarkable that statistically we choose in that particular situation to believe the, smaller percent versus the larger percent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything you just said is gospel, really well said as well. And I think, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just who's benefiting from not believing us.
Exactly.
Men
Best
just getting
selling.
to do whatever they want, and like you said, it's. I feel like the bottom line is they don't see us. They don't really get that we're humans,
Mhm.
and so that's a big inhibitor to taking how we want to be treated seriously.
Yeah.
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 Um,
I mean, if they got treated the way we did, and this is the thing, I don't even mean like assaulted and all of that. I just mean generally not being seen as a person, being assumed to be, less than. I just watched the documentary about chess. You did Polgar and stuff like that. I mean, they openly were saying, well, women just don't have the mental capacity to be great at chess. They're just not smart enough to play chess at the level that like Gary Kasparov played. And that's astonishing. But that was not that long ago. That was like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, which I know the kids call that last century.
Mhm.
But in the general scheme of things, like that's not that long ago. And that mentality did not completely dissipate. It just went underground, in my opinion.
for sure. But one thing I do want to say, because you said, in a sort of sigh of resignation, like, I don't know how we're ever going to make things better. I would say that one really positive indicator is that in the West, things, as bad as things still are for us, it is worlds better here than in all these other in many other countries, like, and from direct experience living in the Middle East and watching how my my Muslim girlfriend suffered directly, and like the really the agony of their day-to-day existence, and then what I experienced there as well, even just living there as a non-hijabi woman, coming back here, I just have, like, I lived in the Middle East for about 3 years. I got here back, I got to Berlin, so back to the West 7 years ago. And almost every day I'm full of gratitude for how safe and free, and how much we can also, we're allowed to fight for more. Like, we're really poised to keep pushing for full human dignity.
Yeah.
And I think that because that exists, it's a sign that we can keep going. And I mean, it is possible, even though, it's not perfect. It's so far from perfect, but
Well, and
what
I
we've
think that's
created
what
is
it is too,
incredible.
is, and I think that's why there's a fear of women having any type of, control or power or equity, because what happens, so the boogeyman for them is subconsciously we're going to treat them the way they've treated us, right? And that's true, I think, with like black and white race relations too.
Mhm.
But in reality, what it is just them not being as able to treat others poorly. So it's not, oh, we're going to exact revenge. It's just now there's going to be real consequence to your bad behavior. You're
Mhm.
still making the decision to behave poorly, and you're making it now with the knowledge that this is the consequence, but they don't want that, right? They want zero consequence for their actions, and they want complete ability to just do whatever the hell they want, right? Yeah. And but I think as you know, I mean, I wouldn't say it won't get better. I was just saying I don't know that we'll ever like completely fix it. Because it's interesting, like in the US, and Sophie, I don't know how much, you know, like big picture, I'm sure you're very on top of what's happening politically.
Yeah, of course. That's I'm always sure. On top of what's going on politically.
Yeah, but what's really disturbing is not only are there a lot of young men, we hear a lot about the young men who are really attaching themselves to the MAGA movement. There are a lot of young women who are doing that in the sense of like, literally, I'm fine if I don't have the right to vote. I don't care. That's extremely disturbing because they've not lived in a world where that was real. They've not suffered the consequence of that. And I think it's human nature. And it's kind of like what you were saying about, you know, when you go to the Middle East, it makes you really appreciate what the West is like. And I think it's the same thing, is that, you know, you have women who really fought for personhood, if you will, and equity. And because of that, you have younger generations growing up in this great world. And interestingly enough, some of them are being convinced, well, it's not that great. Now you have to work. Now you're you know, and they're longing for the days where they could just be housewives. And it's like that came with a price, you know? So sometimes the pendulum has to keep swinging, you know?
That's very true. Very true.
Sorry, I wanted to ask, what do you think about this? And also, is it okay that we haven't been funny for a while and we're just taking it seriously?
Sorry, it always turns into a TED Talk.
It's very profound.
No, what you're
I'm very engaging.
Yo, what you are, no, you're fine and everything else like that. I will say what you guys are both saying that is true. And it's okay. You don't always have to be funny. Like I think they think we're just walking around doing ha-ha jokes all day long. No, we go through real life but we just make, you know, the best out of our situations by having a joke here or there, right? Like it's okay. But honestly, I didn't think it would be so hard, you know, being a woman saying, oh, you gotta, you know, like I say, your uncle's coming over, make sure you wear clothes or something like that. Or, you know, or, hey, you were supposed to like that. Or it's just a continuous thing that you hear, you know, day in and day out. I hate the fact that, like I said, I didn't even know that, Sophia, that you, that it's like extra levels to this. You know, you try to really go do the right thing. You try to have a support system, and then some people don't care. They're like, oh, well, you know, whatever it might be. The worst part is when I've had discussions with, you know, let's say a guy that I like. I told him what I've been through, you know, traumatically with men. And he's like, I promise I won't do that to you. And then he does it. And I'm like, why? You said that you promised you wouldn't do that. Right. So now I got trauma all over again. So, you know,
but he's not like the other men.
That's what he says. I'm not like them. I came from God. God sent. No, have y'all ever had a man who's like, oh, God sent me in your life, try to play that God card, and you're like, really?
Well, I've grown up atheist, so. And in New York, so nobody, like, there's none of that God crap. There's never been God crap in my like immediate environment, but I think the atheist version is like, we're soulmates, you know, like we found each other. And then there's, you know, maybe like that's predators can use that, you know, as a way to hook you and put you in kind of a trance that, like, you know, this person is really like the person that you've been waiting for, your knight in shining armor. Is it like that, Kyndra?
You know what? It can be. I will tell you this. I not too long ago, I was at Walmart and I remember I'm walking out of the store, this guy who literally just like, I don't know, some people should just be banned from Walmart, just the way that they look, right? And he should have been one of those people. Like, no, can't even come in. You just already look like you just came off the streets under a bridge to come in here and whatever. So anyway, I remember I'm walking out and he just looks at me and said, hello, just being kind, speaking. Because I also don't want to sit back in my mind and think that every man who speaks to me is going to just be like, I'm going to try to come after her. No, some of them, hey, how you doing? And they'll just keep it moving, right? But no, I should never spoke to him because he literally does a U-turn and tries to follow me to my car to try to shoot a shot. And it's like things as women. And I'm like, bro, and then I know for a fact other men were watching that. And I had to no, I'm good. I had to really get aggressive with him and he went back inside. But I'm thinking to myself, why did the men not stop? Be like, hold up, sir, what are you doing? You literally did a whole U-turn to try to come on, you know she's out of your league. Come on.
I mean, that you even said like I should have not said something to him, you're putting the responsibility on you for a stranger to not follow you. Like, it's not your fault that you acknowledged his human existence and then he decided, because he probably would have done it anyway.
Yeah, he would have.
But just so scary.
Yeah.
And where was anybody else? Like, I mean,
it was about, like I said, it was that night. And I kept thinking to myself, maybe I should have gone to Walmart earlier today, but then I had to realize like it was going to happen regardless. Right. And again, I wasn't where I wore, wasn't no form fitting, nothing. And see, these are things that as women, we have to constantly think like, okay, did I wear something? Did I say, was the eye contact a little bit too long? Whatever it might have been like, but
what I think it was? I think it was going to Walmart at all.
I don't know. I've heard that's where gifts from God hang out.
Well, where were you shopping? Walmart? What did you think was going to happen? Sorry.
Y'all are funny. Well, let me go ahead because it's storming down here and everything, and I know it's gonna like probably cut the connection off. Oh yeah, I mean it's okay. Yeah. It is all right. Miss Mama Mo, go ahead. Let everybody know your socials. Where they can find you, your Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. Go ahead.
Super easy. My dog might start barking. I got it right in my title at Mocavita, Movita. So that's across the socials. I do not have TikTok or what used to be Twitter. So Instagram is best. And my Venmo is on there. If you really want to send me money in any different way, hit me up in my DMs. I'm actually going to Alliance, Nebraska tomorrow. Don't be jealous. I'm headlining a gig there. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. It's for a friend of mine who produces comedy shows. So it's going to be a good time. So yeah, I'm excited.
Love it. Miss Sophia, go ahead. Tell us where they can find you on socials. The next club that you'll be at, your Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, all that.
I thought she said Alaska, and that's why I got excited. And then I realized she said Nebraska, and now I take it back.
Less excited. Yeah, me too. Me too, Sophia.
But I'm going to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And I'm bringing 2 solos. One of them I'm bringing back. It's the solo I had last year, 9/11 Birds and the Bees. It won an award for Best Performer from the continent of Europe at the Fringe. And then and the new solo I'm bringing is called The Buddha Wears Prada. And it's about my experience as the assistant to a very glamorous Buddhist cult leader. And I'm in the middle of a whistleblowing rampage. I'm the whistleblower of this cult. And if you want to see anything like that, just type into YouTube Sophia May Cults, and you're going to see all these podcasts I've done. You can get the scoop there. My socials are Sophia May Comedy. That's TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And come to the Fringe. Come see the shows.
That's such a great festival. Congratulations on that. I wonder if I have some friends who are going this year you might run into, but I'll find you. Congratulations on that, though.
Thank you. Find me.
I will. I'm going to hunt you down. Look at what you're wearing. Look at where you are. Of course, you deserve to be stalked.
It's true. It's nighttime where I am. It's not safe.
See, showing your nighttime.
And your door is open, so somebody can easily like leap in.
That's true. People keep pulling themselves up and just peeking over that ledge all the time. And then that's why I leave it in my rear view mirror so I can watch it at all times. So it's in the camera that I'm looking at, and I can see if they peek. I'm gonna peek back. You know.
Well, this goes for both of you, but I'm a very grumpy menopausal Hun. I'm Hungarian, so if you need somebody to like bring a baseball bat to somebody's knees, you just reach out.
Okay.
I got you. You. You know, Sophia, little back of the knees.
I know.
All right. Well, listen, because I don't want the thing to just cut off in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead. Thank you guys to both of my guests. I appreciate you all for showing up and everything else like that. And, again, I like conversations. It doesn't always have to be funny. We can be transparent and real, and you never know how this episode or what you say can help the next person and all that type of good stuff. With that being said, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Be blessed. You all be safe. We are out. Thank you guys.